My name is Bello Miguel Cipriani, and I am an author, a journalist, and an entrepreneur. Before I was blind, I was your typical millennial living in San Francisco doing the tech thing. I felt invincible. I felt like that the world was my oyster. When I was 26 years old, I came across a group of friends from my childhood. They were the first group of gay men I hung out with as a teen. And they were really my first glimpse into the gay community. We went to parties together, we ate together, we did laundry together, we had, sleepovers all the time. They weren't just friends or acquaintances, they were family. But as time progressed, my priorities changed and so did theirs. I really wanted to go to school and get a college education and do things for myself. I didn't realize that they were harboring, negative feelings towards me, and they began to assault me. I received multiple blows to the head and my face, and I even had one of my eyes burst. I think my first feeling was shock. I was in denial. I couldn't believe that these people would hurt me. I was also afraid. I was in pitch darkness. I went through a very, very long period of depression. I knew that I needed to do something beyond just learning to read Braille or use a white cane or use the adaptive technology. I needed to work on myself. And so I began to see a therapist. One of the things I found very useful in therapy was journaling. I remember the therapist reading it out loud to me and saying, "This is really good. This is something I would read on a magazine or a paper." It helped me feel heard. And so I started thinking, could I actually do something with this writing? I started taking, workshops and classes, and eventually went to go get my graduate degree in creative writing and started, carving my own career as a writer. When I published my first book, Blind and Memoir, I did a lot of readings and events, and I often had people with various disabilities come to hear me read or talk. And one of the first questions was, how did you get published? How are you writing for the San Francisco Chronicle? How are you getting your stuff published by HuffPost? And so that was where the idea for a publishing house for writers with disabilities was first conceived. People don't always recognize that people with disabilities are the largest minority group in this country. However, our stories are not heard. Disability stories are often stories of being able to work through a very difficult situation. The first book that my small press published was an anthology that focused on first experiences of people with disabilities. The title just received a gold medal from the Reader's Favorite Book Awards. That's just amazing for a debut title from a small press to win such a big international award. I am constantly getting emails and book submissions from authors with disabilities who want to get published. I wish I could publish them all. As a small press, we are limited in our funding. In addition, we want to make sure that our content is accessible. And so we are ensuring that our books meet the highest level of accessibility on print, on digital format, and on audio. I feel that for me personally, in publishing these stories about disability helps the community become more cohesive and be able to accomplish more. At the end of the day, a good story is a good story.